Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about the coronavirus. I was outside doing this video, and dogs and roosters and everything else. It was fine, and then all of a sudden I get outside and all the noise. So I'm inside where you can't hear anything at all, and thank goodness for that. The coronavirus it actually hit the Philippines. Yesterday afternoon, a 5-year-old child from China came in, and he was found positive with the virus. This particular virus, what it is, it affects the upper respiratory tract and the gastrointestinal tract. And what happens is it affects in a way that it can cause pneumonia and can make elderly people sick. So all I'm doing, I'm no doctor, I'm no counselor or anything like that. I'm just reporting the uh, the the disease. Now, this virus has sickened hundreds, and many have died. Actually, Japan had its first case yesterday. Philippines had its first case. Of course, USA had its first case back in Seattle a few days ago. So this particular virus, so keep an eye on it because it will spread like wildfire. Now, how you catch this particular virus, it's actually the same as a common cold. Cough, touch. It's a viral thing, so it can be easily transmitted to someone. Now, what they're doing in some of the airports, in fact, most of the major airports, especially international travel, including the U.S., they're having what they call a thermal scan, and they did that. Well, they still do it. They do it all the time to check and see if you have fever when you're coming in the country. You ever notice when you're coming on a long stretch, they'll have cameras set up, and you think, what is all that about? Well, what that is a thermal scan before you put in your papers if you're sick or not. And it scans your face, it scans your body temperature to keep the control of the disease spread. And what it does is it'll actually pinpoint someone that has the fever, pinpoint someone's temperature's higher than normal, and it will give them a reading. We need to quarantine this person. Manila quarantined their first person yesterday. They have a quarantine station set up. So when you're flying in, you can easily get caught in that quarantine if your fever is higher above normal. And of course, that thermometer will read that. They used this technology years ago for many different things. It's the same thing as it's just basically a camera that reads body temperature. Seattle, Washington had its first case and sought medical care. Since then, I think the person that is sick there has regained some type of recovery. Not USA, not just USA, China, Philippines, Japan is having a person-to-person contact, cough, sanitation, wash your hands. It's upper respiratory and gastrointestinal. It can actually cause problems with someone that's older. It can easily catch. It attacks the immune system pretty good, pretty hard. And what it does, it causes the person that's older a possibility for pneumonia. There was 400 cases as of January the 22nd in China. So 400 cases as of January 22nd. We have one case here, and they expect many more cases of this particular virus. And they're really concerned is it really can cause pneumonia, and it gives you the same symptoms as a cold. So what will happen is you're not feeling well. You get your sniffles, your cold, fever, coughing, throat itching. You think, well, it's just a head cold. A lot of time, it's this particular coronavirus. And so 12 hours ago, Hong Kong had its very first case. Japan had its very first case yesterday, and so did the Philippines. So this might be something that, if you're going to travel, just make sure you bring some sanitation wipes. Make sure you wash your hands. If you feel like there might be a problem, just wear a mask. Just wear a mask. You can buy those masks. Any drugstore has those masks. They're telling a lot of people that's actually flying, please wear those masks for added protection. Because as you know, when you're on a plane, all that air, it's easy to get sick on an airplane. I used to be sick quite a bit because I fly around, but I learned the lesson. What I would do, it takes a lot of vitamin C before I fly, and zinc, and I usually just knock that off, and I didn't really get sick that much after the fact the first year or two, I get sick about once every 5 years, really hard and heavy, maybe 7 years. I mean, there was a 10-year span I very rarely got sick. But here in the Philippines, I noticed I seem to get sick quicker. Maybe it's because of my age. I did have a spout last year with the typhoid, as you know, and it was pretty down. And then I had fever recently and cold recently, which is unusual for me. Um, so I'm just reporting that this virus can cause some problems respiratory. So if someone already has problems, it can enhance it. So I'm just reporting it. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and please hit like. Oh, my big finger. Let's see if I can get this.